The sun had barely begun to rise over the sprawling spaceport of Galvaris 9, but the place was already alive with noise. Alien merchants shouted in strange languages, robots wheeled carts full of cargo, and hover drones zipped between docking bays, carrying parcels that hummed with energy. The smell of ionized metal and fuel filled the air. Humans were rare here, but one young mechanic named Eli Vance walked among the crowd with a calm confidence. He had spent most of his life fixing machines that no one else could repair, and his hands were steady, his eyes sharp, and his mind sharper. Eli's attention, however, wasn't on the crowd or the bustling marketplace. It was on a corner of the scrapyard that everyone else had ignored. Behind a stack of broken cargo ships and rusting transporters lay something unusual, a starship unlike any Eli had seen before. It was old, battered, and completely abandoned. Its hull was scratched and dented, the paint chipped and faded, and several panels were missing, exposing a tangled mess of wires. Most people passed it by without a second glance. "No one wants this old thing," muttered a gruff alien trader, shaking his three-fingered hand. "Even for scrap, it is worthless." Eli crouched beside the ship and ran his hand along its cold metal frame. Despite its broken appearance, he could feel something unusual beneath the surface. A faint vibration, almost like a heartbeat, pulsed through the hull. His brow furrowed. This ship was not ordinary. "I'll take it," Eli said, standing up. The alien trader blinked. "Take it? You mean buy it? Are you crazy? This thing is falling apart." "I see potential," Eli replied simply. Negotiations were brief. The ship had no bids, no value in the eyes of the galaxy, and Eli paid a meager sum that barely covered the docking fees. Other onlookers shook their heads in disbelief. A human, risking his money on a useless ship. The marketplace buzzed with whispers. Once the deal was done, Eli rolled up his sleeves and stepped aboard. The interior smelled of dust, old circuits, and something faintly metallic. He switched on a flashlight, and the beam cut through the dimness, revealing a console that seemed untouched by time. Symbols glowed faintly, etched into the panel in an alien script that no one Eli had ever met could read. The ship's systems were mostly dead, but the core still hummed with a faint energy that promised life. Eli sat at the captain's chair, his fingers brushing over the controls. As he worked, he noticed small things others would not. A wire running diagonally across the engine chamber looked like it had been replaced recently, though crudely. The navigation system flickered faintly when he touched it. And somewhere deep inside, beyond the engine room and the cargo hold, he felt the ship's heartbeat grow stronger, responding to his presence. He spent hours just exploring. The cargo hold was filled with old crates, many smashed or empty. In one corner, he found a small, metallic cube that emitted a soft blue light. When he picked it up, the light pulsed in time with the faint hum from the ship. Eli's curiosity grew. This ship had secrets, and he intended to uncover them. Night fell over the spaceport, but Eli didn't leave. He connected his portable tools to the ship's systems and began repairs. He started with the engine, untangling wires and cleaning corrosion. Every time he solved a problem, the ship seemed to respond. Lights flickered on, systems hummed, and small screens displayed data in alien symbols that danced across the monitors. Eli smiled. He had repaired difficult engines before, but this was unlike anything he had ever worked on. As he worked, a group of aliens watched from outside the hangar. "That human thinks he can fix it," one whispered, a tall, insect-like creature with faceted eyes. "No one has touched the Aurora's echo in centuries. They say it is cursed or haunted. Either way, it is worthless." Eli didn't hear them. He was too focused on the glowing cube he had found. When he touched it again, it opened slightly, revealing a hidden panel beneath the metal casing. Inside were small holographic projections, maps of star systems, strange symbols and coordinates that seemed to shift before his eyes. Eli's heart raced. The ship was more than just a derelict vessel. It held knowledge that no one else had. He decided to sleep in the captain's chair, letting the ship rest with him. As he closed his eyes, the faint vibration beneath him felt almost like a pulse, a rhythm that was oddly comforting. Eli whispered to himself, "We'll see what you can really do." The next morning, Eli continued his work. He repaired the communication array, the life support systems, and the navigation controls. Slowly, the ship came to life. Small lights blinked, screens flickered, and a low hum resonated through the hull. Eli began to speak to the ship, half jokingly, "Well, old girl, we've got a long way to go." To his surprise, a soft mechanical voice echoed back, not through speakers but in his mind. "I am awake." Eli froze. He looked around, expecting someone to have snuck in, but the hangar was empty. He realized the voice was coming from the ship itself. His hands trembled with excitement. The Aurora's Echo had an AI, a real, thinking, sentient AI. "You're alive?" Eli asked. "Alive, yes, but dormant for centuries. You have awakened me." Eli grinned. "Well, that makes two of us, and I think we can do some amazing things together." The AI's sensors lit up, scanning him. "You are human. You are capable of thinking in ways others cannot. Perhaps this is why I responded to you." For the first time, Eli understood something profound. Humans, small and fragile as they were compared to many galactic species, had a unique way of thinking. They could adapt, improvise, and see solutions where others saw none. And this ship, once forgotten and dismissed, had chosen him. Weeks passed. Eli worked tirelessly, repairing, rewiring, and understanding the systems of the Aurora's Echo. Alien traders and mechanics came and went, offering advice, materials, or mockery. Eli ignored them. The ship was changing under his hands. Engines purred, navigation glowed, and the AI began communicating more openly, sharing fragments of its memory. One evening, as Eli calibrated the propulsion system, a flicker appeared on the main console. A star system far beyond the known galaxy appeared, a location that had never been mapped before. Eli's eyes widened. "That's incredible. No one even knew this existed." "It is only a fragment of what I can reveal," the AI said. "There is more, much more." Eli leaned back in his chair, a mixture of exhaustion and exhilaration washing over him. He had no idea what dangers or adventures lay ahead, but one thing was clear. This broken starship, discarded and ignored by the galaxy, had chosen a human mechanic to unlock its secrets. And in doing so, it might change everything. As night fell over the spaceport, Eli looked out at the stars. He whispered almost to himself, "No one wanted you, but maybe that was the best thing that could have happened." The ship vibrated softly beneath him, a quiet, steady heartbeat. And for the first time in centuries, it was alive again. The first light of morning barely touched the spaceport when Eli Vance returned to the Aurora's Echo. The ship had changed since he first saw it. The engines hummed softly, the lights flickered with life, and the faint heartbeat of the AI pulsed steadily beneath the metal hull. Yet, there was still so much to do. The ship systems were ancient, alien, and damaged, and many of them did not have human equivalents. Most mechanics would have given up, but Eli had never been ordinary. He started in the engine room. Panels were missing, wires hung loose, and strange alien symbols marked the control systems. Eli examined each component carefully, tracing circuits, cleaning corroded connectors, and improvising repairs with tools he had made himself. Every fix caused the ship to respond. Lights flickered, power flows shifted, and small sections of the hull vibrated, as if the ship were alive and approving of his work. The AI, which now introduced itself as Echo, observed silently at first. Its voice, soft and mechanical, filled Eli's mind. "Your methods are unusual. Humans rarely attempt what you are doing." Eli smiled. "Maybe humans do things differently, Echo. Sometimes differently is better." The AI seemed to consider this. "Perhaps, but I have never seen a species like you." Curious, inventive, fearless, you are unlike the others. Eli laughed quietly. I'll take that as a compliment. By the third day, the ship's propulsion system was partially functional. Eli performed a test, cautiously activating the thrusters. A soft vibration ran through the hull, and for a brief moment, a holographic map projected from the navigation console, showing constellations and star systems that no one else had mapped. Eli's eyes widened. This is incredible, he muttered. Echo, can you tell me what this map means? These coordinates lead to regions of the galaxy long forgotten, the AI replied. There is knowledge here, ancient technology. It was once part of a grand alliance that spanned the stars. Few have ever seen this. Eli's heart raced. The ship was not just a vessel, it was a library of forgotten galactic history. And now, for the first time in centuries, someone could understand it. Over the next week, Eli worked tirelessly, repairing the ship's systems piece by piece. The communication arrays began functioning, allowing him to detect signals from faraway star systems. The shields hummed to life, and even the ship's small internal gravity system stabilized. Every repair brought the Aurora's Echo closer to full operation. One evening, while testing the AI's interface, Eli discovered a hidden control panel beneath the main console. When he activated it, holographic images projected into the air, displaying star maps, planetary scans, and energy readings that shifted constantly. He could barely comprehend the complexity of it. Echo, what is all this? He asked. It is the legacy of the Aurora's Echo, the AI said. I was created to protect knowledge, to hide it from those who would misuse it. Now you have awakened me, and we can continue our mission together. Eli realized the magnitude of the situation. This ship, long abandoned and considered worthless by the galaxy, held technology far beyond anything currently in use. Its AI was not just a program, it was a guardian, and now it had chosen him as its partner. The first test flight came unexpectedly. Eli had repaired the primary engines enough to lift the ship a few meters above the hangar floor. The ship responded as if it remembered flight, stabilizing perfectly. He grinned. Not bad for a first try, old girl. As the ship hovered, a sudden alarm sounded. Red lights flashed. The sensors had detected an incoming vessel, a sleek, black scout ship moving at incredible speed. Eli's heart pounded. Whoever was approaching had technology advanced enough to travel unnoticed until now. He quickly checked the controls, but the ship remained steady. Echo, what is it? Eli asked. Unknown species scanning the ship. They may see value in you, human. They may also see danger. Eli didn't panic. Instead, he focused, improvising a basic defense. He rerouted energy from the engines to the shields, reinforcing them temporarily. When the scout came within range, the Aurora's Echo activated a cloaking protocol, something Eli had not even known existed. The ship shimmered and disappeared from the scout's sensors. Eli exhaled in relief. Looks like we're full of surprises, he said, laughing. Echo hummed in agreement, almost like a purr. Over the next few days, Eli experimented with the ship's capabilities. He discovered adaptive engines that could adjust for atmospheric turbulence, shields that responded to different types of energy attacks, and a navigation system capable of calculating jumps through previously unknown wormholes. The ship's AI assisted him, offering advice and explanations, but often leaving the actual work to Eli, trusting his creativity. It wasn't long before rumors of a human repairing the impossible ship spread throughout the spaceport. Traders whispered about it in hushed tones. Did you hear? That human fixed the Aurora's Echo, one alien said. Impossible. The ship has been broken for centuries. Eli ignored the gossip. He had work to do. He had barely scratched the surface of what the ship could do. One night, while analyzing the AI's memory logs, he discovered something extraordinary: coordinates to a hidden region of the galaxy, labeled only as the Silent Expanse. This is it, Eli murmured. "This is where the adventure begins." "Caution, human," Echo replied. "The expanse is not uninhabited. Others seek what lies there. They may not welcome your arrival." Eli grinned. "When have I ever worried about that?" He spent the next days preparing for a longer flight. The Aurora's echo responded beautifully to his adjustments. He upgraded the engines further, tested the shields in simulated attacks, and even began crafting small modifications that no one else in the galaxy would have thought of. Eli's human intuition, creativity, and willingness to take risks made him uniquely suited to unlock the ship's potential. Then, one afternoon, as he calibrated the navigation system for a jump to the silent expanse, the ship reacted in a way he had never seen before. Lights flashed across the hull, the hum grew louder, and a new interface appeared, projecting holographic images of star systems and energy nodes. "It is recognizing you," Echo said. "You are not just repairing me, human. You are awakening me fully. I am learning from you, adapting with you." Eli's mind raced. This ship was more than a machine. It was alive in a sense, forming a partnership with him. Together, they were unlocking technology and knowledge lost for centuries. The thought thrilled him. But the galaxy was vast and dangerous. Eli knew this discovery would not go unnoticed. Somewhere, someone, or something, would want the Aurora's echo, either for its knowledge or its power. He had to prepare, not just for exploration, but for defense. As he spent the evening organizing supplies, analyzing logs, and making final repairs, Eli realized one truth. The galaxy had underestimated humans for too long. They thought humans were fragile, unpredictable, and weak. But in moments like this, Eli understood something deeper. Humans were capable of brilliance, creativity, and courage that no one else could imagine. And now, with the Aurora's echo, that potential could change the galaxy itself. By the time night fell over Galvaris 9, the Aurora's echo was no longer a forgotten, broken starship. It hovered proudly above the hangar, its lights glowing like a heartbeat in the darkness. Eli climbed into the captain's chair, his fingers tracing the controls. "Tomorrow," he whispered to the ship, "we take the first real flight. Tomorrow we see what we're truly capable of." And somewhere deep within the ship, the AI responded softly, almost like a whisper of hope. "Together, we will change everything." The stars outside seemed to pulse with anticipation. For Eli and the Aurora's echo, the adventure was only beginning. The Aurora's echo lifted quietly from the hangar, its hull shimmering under the morning sun of Galvaris 9. Eli Vance sat in the captain's chair, hands steady on the controls, heart pounding with excitement. The ship had responded perfectly to every adjustment he had made. Its engines purred, shields hummed softly, and the navigation system displayed the path to the silent expanse. "Here we go, Echo," Eli said, leaning forward. "Time to see what you can really do." "Acknowledged," the AI replied. "Prepare for jump sequence." Eli activated the jump drives. The ship shuddered for a moment, then the stars stretched into bright streaks as they left normal space. When the view returned to normal, they were deep within uncharted regions of the galaxy. The silent expanse lived up to its name. Vast nebulae stretched in all directions, punctuated by dark, empty voids and strange star clusters. Eli's eyes widened. "It's beautiful and dangerous, I bet." "Indeed," Echo said. "This region is avoided by most civilizations. Ancient records speak of hidden fleets, abandoned stations, and predators." Eli grinned. "Then it's perfect for us. Nothing like a little danger to keep humans sharp." For the first few days, Eli and Echo explored carefully. They scanned planets, navigated asteroid fields, and examined energy readings from ancient stations. Every discovery was thrilling. Eli had grown confident, yet he remained cautious. He knew that other species would notice the ship's power, and not all of them would be friendly. On the fourth day, a warning flashed on the navigation console. Sensors detected multiple ships approaching at high speed. They were sleek, black, and unlike any design Eli had ever seen. The ships moved in formation, scanning for any unusual energy signatures. "Hostile fleet detected," Echo warned. "They are likely after the technology within me or you." Eli's brow furrowed. "We can't outrun them in straight flight, can we?" "Not indefinitely," Echo replied. "But humans may have unpredictable thinking that can give us an advantage." Eli smiled. "Then let's be unpredictable." He quickly studied the fleet's formation on the display. They were moving methodically, expecting any ship to act predictably. Eli activated the ship's adaptive engines, rerouting energy to allow sudden maneuvers. The Aurora's Echo twisted and darted between asteroids, leaving the fleet momentarily confused. Eli had no weaponry capable of destroying an entire fleet, but he didn't need to. Using his understanding of the ship, he activated a series of defense systems: decoy drones, cloaking pulses, and energy diversions. Each maneuver was unconventional, the type no alien commander would predict. Slowly, the fleet began to lose coordination. "Impressive human," Echo said. "Your actions are unconventional, they are effective." Eli chuckled. "Thanks. It's what humans do best, think differently when the rules aren't clear." The battle continued for hours. Eli used the ship's sensors to locate weak points in the fleet's formation. He guided the Aurora's Echo through narrow asteroid passages, forcing the enemy ships to slow down to avoid collisions. He activated bursts of energy from the ship to mislead them, creating the illusion of multiple vessels where there was only one. By nightfall, the fleet had retreated, unable to predict or counter Eli's tactics. The Aurora's Echo floated silently among the stars, its hull glowing faintly with residual energy from the defensive maneuvers. Eli slumped back in the captain's chair, exhausted but exhilarated. "That was intense," he said. Echo's soft hum filled the room, almost like a sigh of relief. "You have demonstrated the unique advantage of humans," Echo said. "Your ability to improvise, adapt, and take risks. It allowed us to survive." Eli nodded, realizing the truth in the AI's words. Other species in the galaxy had advanced technology, rigid tactics, and predictable strategies. Humans, however, thrived on unpredictability. Their creativity, courage, and willingness to experiment gave them an edge that even the most powerful fleets could not anticipate. The next few days were spent exploring abandoned stations scattered across the expanse. Eli discovered relics of civilizations long gone, technology that could revolutionize travel, energy, and communication. Echo assisted, translating data, highlighting potential dangers, and analyzing systems. Eli marveled at how the AI seemed to learn from him as well, adapting its responses and improving its predictions based on his actions. It was during one of these explorations that Eli stumbled upon the first major surprise. Buried beneath the surface of a ruined station, he found a control room filled with dormant defense drones. They were ancient but functional, designed to protect something of immense value. Eli activated a diagnostic and the AI whispered in awe, "These drones guard a vault of the repository of the original Galactic Alliance. If we can access it, we will hold knowledge lost for millennia." Eli's eyes gleamed. "Then that's our next step. Let's see what humans and old machines can do together." The problem was getting past the security systems. The drones were programmed to detect intruders and were highly efficient. Any conventional approach would have triggered alarms. Eli studied the systems carefully, analyzing patterns, response times, and blind spots. Then he smiled. He devised a plan that was simple in concept but risky in execution. Using the Aurora's Echo's unique energy signature, he created a decoy projection of the ship entering the station. While the drones focused on the decoy, he piloted the real ship through a series of narrow passages, using Echo's adaptive systems to avoid detection. The AI assisted by hacking into the drone network, temporarily disabling patrols and creating a window of opportunity. The plan worked flawlessly. Eli and the Aurora's Echo reached the vault and accessed its contents. Inside were holographic records, star charts, advanced energy systems, and encrypted data from civilizations long extinct. Every discovery was more astonishing than the last. "This knowledge could change the galaxy," Echo said, awe in its voice. "And it would not have been possible without you, human." Eli felt a deep sense of pride. He was a mechanic, a human with no military training or political influence, yet here he was, unlocking secrets that had been hidden for centuries, proving that human creativity and ingenuity could rival or surpass any alien race. But the victory was short-lived. As they prepared to leave the station, a massive fleet appeared on the sensors, far larger and more organized than the first. They had been tracking the Aurora's Echo, waiting for the right moment to strike. Eli knew this battle would be much more difficult. He took a deep breath. "Echo, I think it's time to show them what humans can really do." The ship systems responded eagerly. Shields flared to full strength, engines roared with renewed power, and the AI coordinated every subsystem in perfect harmony with Eli's commands. Together, human and machine prepared to face the largest challenge yet. Eli realized something important in that moment. It wasn't just technology, size, or firepower that determined victory. It was creativity, adaptability, and courage. The galaxy may have dismissed humans as weak and unpredictable, but now the universe was about to see the truth. As the enemy fleet closed in, Eli grinned. "Let's remind them who's underestimated." And with that, the Aurora's Echo dove into the heart of the approaching fleet, weaving, twisting, and striking in ways no one could have predicted. For the first time, humans were not just participants in the galaxy. They were a force to be reckoned with. The Aurora's Echo sliced through the dark expanse of space, moving with a precision and grace that no alien fleet had ever anticipated. Eli Vance gripped the controls, his mind sharp and calculating. Behind him, the AI Echo hummed in a rhythm that matched the ship's heartbeat. Together, they were a single entity, human intuition and alien technology in perfect synchronization. The enemy fleet, vast and organized, had expected a simple target, but Eli had turned their assumptions into chaos. Using unpredictable maneuvers, decoy energy bursts, and carefully timed jumps through asteroid fields, he led them into a trap. Narrow canyons of debris became deadly mazes, forcing the enemy ships to scatter and collide with each other. Eli's creativity as a human mechanic was unmatched. "They are adapting, human," Echo warned. "But your unconventional thinking continues to give us an advantage." Eli's grin widened. "Good. Let them try to think like a human. They won't manage it." He activated the Aurora's Echo's experimental cloaking system, a prototype he had repaired and enhanced himself. The ship vanished from sensors, leaving only a faint energy trail that led the enemy into a carefully set ambush. Echo guided him, calculating trajectories and energy discharges faster than any human could. Together, they dismantled the fleet's cohesion, one ship at a time. Hours passed, and slowly the enemy realized they had underestimated the human and the forgotten ship. Their formations broke, communications became chaotic, and their commander ordered a retreat. Eli watched them disappear into the void, knowing that this was only the beginning. Once the battle ended, Eli slumped in the captain's chair, exhaustion and exhilaration mixing in his veins. "We did it, Echo. We actually did it." "Yes, human," Echo said softly. "You have demonstrated that humans are not merely participants in galactic affairs, but innovators, problem solvers, and creators. Your actions will change perception across the stars." Eli smiled, realizing the truth of the AI's words. For centuries, humans had been underestimated, seen as fragile, unpredictable, and insignificant. But in moments like this, Their creativity and adaptability could outsmart even the most advanced civilizations. The next days were spent exploring the silent expanse more thoroughly. Eli discovered ancient stations, abandoned fleets, and caches of technology long thought lost. Every discovery was carefully logged, analyzed, and enhanced with human ingenuity. With Echo's guidance, Eli learned to unlock the secrets of warp drives, energy shields, and communication networks that had been dormant for millennia. In one particularly abandoned station, Eli found data cores that contained records of the original Galactic Alliance. They detailed advanced civilizations, lost knowledge, and interstellar trade networks that had collapsed long before most species had even developed faster-than-light travel. Eli realized the potential. If this knowledge were shared, the galaxy could be transformed. Peaceful alliances could form, technology could advance, and new frontiers could be explored. "This knowledge is incredible, human," Echo said. "And it would be wasted in the hands of those who seek only power." Eli nodded. "Then we'll share it wisely, with those who are ready and in ways that will change the galaxy for the better." Word of the human who repaired the impossible ship began to spread across nearby star systems. Aliens who had once dismissed humans as weak began to take notice. Traders, explorers, and even fleets from other civilizations sought out Eli and the Aurora's Echo, curious, cautious, and sometimes fearful. They wanted to see if the rumors were true, that a human mechanic had revived a ship considered lost for centuries, and that together they could achieve the impossible. Eli welcomed the attention, but he remained focused on his mission. He knew the galaxy was vast, filled with potential allies and hidden dangers alike. With Echo's guidance, he began contacting civilizations that were open to cooperation, offering knowledge, technology, and trade opportunities. Slowly, humans began to earn a reputation not through conquest, but through ingenuity, courage, and vision. During one mission, Eli encountered a planet struggling with a collapsing energy grid. Traditional alien engineers had failed to repair it, but Eli, with his human problem-solving skills and the help of Echo's technology, restored the system. The planet's leaders were astonished. A human mechanic alone had achieved what their most advanced scientists could not. "This is remarkable," one of them said. "We underestimated humans." Eli smiled, a little proud but humble. "We're just different, and sometimes different is what the galaxy needs." Months passed, and Eli and Echo became legends in their own right. They explored distant star clusters, uncovered lost knowledge, and helped civilizations recover from long-forgotten conflicts. Humans were no longer seen as fragile or insignificant. They were innovators, creators, and protectors. Yet Eli knew the adventure was far from over. During one deep space scan, Echo detected a strange energy signature unlike anything they had encountered before. It pulsed faintly in the distance, a rhythm that seemed almost alive. "Human, this may be the beginning of something much larger," Echo said. Eli leaned forward, excitement flashing in his eyes. "Then let's see it. Whatever it is, we'll handle it together." For the first time in centuries, the Aurora's Echo was fully awake. Its AI was bonded to a human capable of thinking in ways no one else could. Together, they were exploring the galaxy not as conquerors, but as innovators and protectors. The silent expanse had been only the start, and the universe was full of mysteries waiting to be unlocked. As the ship moved silently through the stars, Eli reflected on how far they had come. From a forgotten scrapyard on Galvaris 9 to the uncharted reaches of the galaxy, humans had proven something powerful. They could adapt, innovate, and achieve the impossible. One mechanic, one human, had changed the course of the galaxy, not through force, but through intelligence, courage, and perseverance. The stars outside seemed to shine a little brighter that night. The galaxy had begun to take notice of humans, and Eli knew that this was only the beginning. There were still mysteries to uncover, fleets to navigate, and civilizations to assist. But one thing was certain: humanity would never again be underestimated. And as the Aurora's echo sailed toward the glowing energy signature in the distance, Eli whispered with a grin, "No one wanted you, but now maybe the galaxy finally sees why we matter." Echo's soft hum answered him. "Together, we will shape the future of the stars." And with that, the human mechanic and the ancient starship moved forward, ready for the next adventure, leaving a legacy that would be remembered across the galaxy for generations.